Maybe I pressed my mute button. Sorry. Okay, let me start again. Hello, everybody. To Rosie and possibly Ray, who are in the background. You can hear now. Yeah, I pressed my mute button without realizing it. So when you said that, I was like, now what happened last time? I just didn't want to hear you. You didn't want to hear me. Ah, too funny. What a couple of weeks, eh? So too funny. So we've had a COVID outbreak in Wollongong, and I think it's going to be very big. We have been in the bubble. People kept saying to me, "There's no such thing as COVID. You know, it's all this fuss about nothing and whatever else." And I'm like, you don't really understand that we've been really, really lucky up till now. But they found one in Wollongong, and the person they found with COVID has been everywhere. So there, I came through town. The reason I found out, I was driving home today from my daughter's. I've been helping my daughter in the mornings, in between doing everything else. Um, and I came out of the street. I normally take all the back streets. I do the whole man thing. I can't do the back streets on the way, so I don't have to put up with the traffic. And I got to the main road and it was chockers. It was chockers. And I'm like, it's never busy like this. So I ended up reversing, probably quite illegally, a couple of hundred yards down the road and did a UE over double lines, which was really naughty, but I just couldn't be bothered waiting. Anyway, so when I got home, I thought that was really funny. I wonder why it was so busy. And I was sitting in my garage, in the car in my garage listening, and they said, that they'd set up for stations for COVID because it's come to Wollongong. And if you've been to any of these places, and I was like, oh my goodness, they're the main places to be. So it's quite interesting how people have gone crazy. There are hundreds upon hundreds of people. The streets were clogged. The city was absolutely clogged, people trying to get tested. So we'll have to see how we go now. Yeah, there you go, Sue. Now you can hear me. Yeah, it's really interesting. How are you, Scott? Yeah, because we had a couple of cases close to Wollongong the first round, but not really that close. I think there might have been a couple of sort of suspect ones, but never any testing done. But now, Joan, how are you? But now, yes, so that was it. So no more going out for a little while, I guess, until I've been in some of the places they've been. I don't have any symptoms, but obviously we'll be keeping a little eye on things for the moment. But yes, I'm very well, thanks, Scott. Much better than I was this time last week, thank goodness. It was a tough week that week leading up to Christmas for me. But feeling really good, feeling really, really excited about what's to come, excited about the new year. I've been online and, well, they told you don't need to get checked unless you've got symptoms, so I don't know. Stay home for 14 days, they said. Another staying at home. I've been nearly a year at home. No, I haven't really. I've been about everywhere. But every time I decide to have a holiday, there's a scare and we get cut off. So the last couple of times the Queensland border's been cut off. This time it's here. So, but anyway, I'll keep a check on myself. I just won't go out anywhere. And I'll have to just always I've been already around all of my family. So if any one of us has got sick, that's it. Everyone to get checked. Well, you think I'm standing in those queues for hours and hours and hours with all the sick people? Another thing coming. I will wait at home for the 14 days and just stay away from anybody. And if I have symptoms, then I'll go and do something about it. But it's crazy, crazy stuff. We'll see how everything goes, I guess. Yeah, I couldn't believe how many people were out there getting tested. They've opened 4 testing stations up. So hopefully they will get the people through nice and quickly and they won't have to wait for too long. Let's hope. All right. What is else? Somebody got something. Oh, look, here we go. I was about to say, has anybody got something they want to ask me? Faye, how are you going, Faye? Oh, you've got a friend. Yeah, that seems to be the way, doesn't it, sometimes? These friends. Let's have a look for you. Oh, very passionate. Oh, wow. Okay. This person actually feels very passionate about you, can I say? Physically very attracted to you. But I think being overly cautious here. I do think your friend has a lot of affection for you, Faye. Very attracted to you at a physical level, but developing feelings here. So I feel like something is moving in the direction of love, because there is physical attraction here, and that's been there for a while. But I feel like this person's moving into this energy of feeling love for you here. But you're still in that in-between stage, can I say? So I feel like he will eventually talk to you about this. But I feel like because it's more physical at the moment, he may be trying to understand if this is love or whether it's a physical attraction. So you've got someone who's really sitting on the fence here at the moment. I feel like he wants to talk about it, but he's a bit worried at the moment this may be a physical thing, or it may not be. It may not be something he wants to speak up about now. Just hang on a second. So for me, he's sitting on the fence. I feel he thinks if he comes forward and you get into the physical aspects of a relationship, then he may be leading you astray. And I think he loves you enough as a friend that he understands he doesn't want to abuse that. He wants to treat you in a way that's right for you. He's very respectful. But there is this energy of something happening. Let me just put some more. Yeah. So I do feel that he will. I love the old-fashioned statement of make an honest woman out of you, but I can't help it when I see this card. For me, it's make an honest person out of someone. I feel like he will speak up, but I think he's trying to just understand whether this is worth taking any further. Okay, so I would just say to you, just let it ride for a little while. I mean, I'm all up for asking people. I'm all up for expressing yourself. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like because he's in this energy, he may get a little bit worried and may back off a little bit. So I would let it ride for a little while, because you do have the marriage card here, which talks about stability, long-term relationships, traditional stuff. So I think he's on the fence. Let me just have a look. Yeah, see, he's just working up to it here. He's working up to it. So what I want to say, I would give it maybe another couple of months, maybe let it run into maybe around about March, because I think he will come forward himself. But if he hasn't by about March, then I think it's okay to ask, because he's right in the middle of it all now. But I think he will speak up and talk to you about it before then, and you will both decide together whether it's worth moving forward. But there's a very strong physical attraction here. Okay. Hi, Beck. How you going? How are you, Carla? Back at the beginning of April. Ah, how are you, Carla? Did you want me to answer? Oh, just a general message. I've got you. Okay. Hey, Maria, how you going? I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, I think you can work through that, can't you, Faye? You know what I mean by that. All right, let's have a look at Carla's. Carla. Wow. Wow, Carla, I don't know what you're doing at the moment. Okay. What I see here is you're starting to sort of become more stable in your life. So you've made some changes over the last couple of months, and I feel it's almost like adaptation. It's almost like you've adapted to something. You've adapted to a new environment, you've adapted to a new part of yourself, but you're becoming very, very comfortable with who you are. So you may have been doing some self work here. There's been a transformation of some kind within you. So something that you used to see a certain way or used to perceive a certain way has changed for you. And I don't know whether you're seeing things in a more positive sense or whether you have been able to release some of the negativity and the overthinking that you've had before. But there's a change here where you're starting to come into a time where you are trusting now that the universe has your back. And it's sort of a bit like a journey that most people have been on, but for you it's going to mean great changes because you're starting to really glean your confidence. You're starting to really feel comfortable with who you are. And that it doesn't mean that you've changed in a dramatic way. It's just you've started to really love yourself at a much deeper level. So I think you always felt comfortable with yourself, but this is more about really understanding who you are. And because of this, the universe is moving you along your path very, very swiftly. So things are changing for you here. I do think with this transition, you are getting yourself in a position here to either start something new in your work or pick up some new tools here. I do see you being very invested in your work at the moment, really big time. So, but this is good because you're self-investing. What I see here is you really stepping into your truth, really understanding who you are and making that work for you. There could be someone new coming into your life if you don't have anybody in your life at the moment, possibly a Scorpio or an earth sign. You've got somebody new coming in here. Probably in the next 6 to 8 months. So I'm feeling like the universe is getting you ready for some sort of union here. This person is effectively someone who'll be around for the long haul, but it will be when you're ready, and you're not quite ready. You're simmering, I like to think. You're simmering at the moment, but working on yourself. But I really love this energy, this sort of, really transforming and moving towards this truth. You're really liking yourself, which is beautiful. I like that. Nice energy, Carla. All right. Maria, let's see what's happening with your Pisces person. Hi, Jeanette. How you going? It was a lovely reading, Carla. It's nice. You've had beautiful energy. I know sometimes I don't know people, much more than sort of speaking to you on here. But sometimes when you allow me to go into your energy, I think, wow, you're just so lovely and comfortable. Can I say? Okay, beautiful. Yes, some people's energy is just really easy to be in, and it's nice. All right, Maria, what's happening with your Pisces? Let's have a quick squeeze. Still being stubborn, still not really doing very much, still not speaking up. What is going on with this person? Okay, I have someone who's such a homebody. Not really interested in doing very much at all. This has nothing to do with anything else other than this person is just really either completely unmotivated at the moment or maybe stuck. I feel like this person is not doing very much at all. For me, there is this not talking, not investing, oh, excuse me, not really making any effort at all, even with himself. There's very much this energy of just sort of, just think of old Norm, slouching in the couch and just not really feeling like doing very much. Um, I guess this person is sort of, and they're happy doing this. They're probably going to work and doing what they need to do. They may even be working from home with this Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. All right. I want to say to you, if you're waiting for your person to reach out, they will reach out, but it's going to be a little while. Okay. This person's doing a lot of what they think is just lazing around doing nothing, but I actually think the universe is working on them a little bit. So it might appear that nothing's happening, but I feel like actually this person is doing a lot of this. And I do think they will reach out to you, but at the moment, I'd say not. This person's not talking, not doing, being very unmotivated and not ready to really reach out to you. But I do think they will reach out. I think they will reach out in the next few months. I feel really like this person is trying to work through some of their own stuff. It sort of feels to me like, how the universe is working with people to bring stuff to the surface. I think your person is dealing with some stuff that's been sort of come to, perhaps they've hit a wall with something. I have a feeling this person has a parent that they had a very deep connection with. Either they lost or they've not had contact with. And I feel this person's dealing with some of that unspent emotion. So I feel like that's why they've cut off from everything at the moment. Maria, they will get back in touch with you. They're thinking about it at the moment. They are tottering backwards and forwards, trying to work out what they want. But I feel like he lost his dad. Yeah. I feel like he's just dealing. There are times when we lose someone, okay, and we haven't really had an opportunity to really iron out some of the things that happened in our lifetime. And maybe there's a lot of things that he would have liked to have spoken to his dad about, but he wasn't able to do that. And then when someone passes, you don't really feel like you can get those answers. It's like having no closure. And I feel that's where he's at. So I actually think he's grieving and mourning, but he's doing it in a way where he's just being rebellious and obnoxious. So he's just cutting off everything at the moment. I don't think it's an intentional thing. I think he just needs to be by himself. So just let him ride the storm. He will be fine. He'll work through. Okay, you're welcome, Maria. You're welcome. Okay, Jeanette. Hey, Katrina, how you going, Vintage Travel Cat? I know that name. How beautiful to see some of you guys on board. I hope everything's going well for you. I have a feeling the new year will pick up really well for you. All right. Jeanette, did you have a particular question to ask me, or you just want me to go for it? Maybe I'll just go for it and see if we can find out what's going on. Stubborn Italians. I love that. I really think he's going through something. I know he seems stubborn, very stubborn, no talky at the moment, but I do think he's going through something. So just, I'm all up for, being a little bit stand back and let people have their space. He needs space at the moment. All right. Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on with Stewie. All right, I'm going to Spirit's asked me to put cards out for both, so I'm just going to spread the cards a little bit. I actually love doing these because I can give them a little bit more energy than the mini reads, which is good. All right. All right, Jeanette. Okay, your energy at the moment, I tell you where you're at. You want some sort of explanation. You're still hanging on to this idea that you need to talk about something that happened in the past. And I feel like you really want this. You really want to talk, but you're not asking. And I feel like there's a real need for you just to have answers. Something from the past you just want these answers to. And so it sort of got you feeling a little bit like I can see you sort of like immersing yourself into your work and really sort of pushing yourself along, but all in this time in the back of your head, it's really plaguing you that you haven't got answers. That's what you want. It's hard, isn't it, when we don't get answers? I don't know why people do that. It's really cruel. Because it just sort of feels to me like if you had the answers, you can just move on and do your own thing. And I think sometimes people don't answer because they are unable to express the truth. But other times I think people don't answer because it just sort of saves them from having to. If you don't answer someone, if you don't give someone a direct answer, it gives you a little bit of control too. Let's say that. So if you don't, people don't want to let you go and they want to hang on to your energy, then it's the best way to hang on to your energy. But it's wrong. What can you do? When I look at Stu's energy, I see someone here who is really trying to deal with heartbreak. He is really immersed in his feelings here. He's very, very deep in his feelings. We have the moon card representing him. So he's very immersed in his emotion, but he's not expressing it. So it's like going deep in your emotions and just sort of staying in the darkness, not coming out. He is about to close out this cycle, and I feel that he will eventually speak up with this King of Cups. He will eventually speak up, but at the moment he's in this energy of being down in a dark place. So while you're waiting for answers, I think that he's not ready to give them to you at the moment. He probably, if you asked him, he'd probably just go deeper into his shell. So it's probably best if you want to ask him anything, just give him a little bit more time. I feel that he's he's in a dark place, But nice to run into him. Nice if he was coming to see you. Yeah, I think he's just not in a good place at the moment. That energy of like the moon, when you see it like that, often means I don't think you should. Don't hold yourself back from saying anything. Like, it's really hard not to blurt things out when you feel strongly for someone. So just go for it. Ask, and you know what, at the end of the day, ask yourself what's the worst that can happen. I'm sure that there have been times when we've all blurted out things because we're hurt, we're confused, we don't know where we are, we're desperate to get some sort of answers, and we blurt. But it's because we don't know. We don't know what we need to know. So if somebody was to say to you, this is how it is and this is what's going on, then you wouldn't blurt at all. But unfortunately, we're all human. We all have emotions, and it's really difficult when we don't have answers. All right, let's have a look at Lisa. Lisa Jade, how are you, my darling? Ah, okay. All right, let's see what Vince is doing here. Oh, he hasn't let you go, has he? I can feel his clutches. Something was unfinished with you. Is he in a commitment? He's still trying to manifest you back into his life, let's say. All right, okay, I put 3 cards on the table, 4 cards, and 3 of them are major arcana, and I've taken them at random. All right. Vince is still trying to manifest you back. There is something here that was unfinished. He feels that it was unfinished. There feels something to do with the commitment he made to you or the commitment you had together. But there was something that sort of pulled you apart here. He's trying to manifest you back in because he needs to know something and he's not really sure. He is watching you, absolutely watching you. He's watching you via social media. He may even have joint friends with you. There's an energy that he is watching through friends as well. Okay, so definitely keeping an eye on you without any doubt. He's going through a time in his life where he is questioning, and you may be too. This may be both your energies here. I have a feeling you've got a little bit of mirroring going on here. There is, whilst you are working on yourself here, I feel like he's going through something very similar. There was something that wasn't said. Did he not? Is he cold? He doesn't express his feelings very well. And I feel there is something that's pulled you apart before things were really out on the table. He's coming up as the King of Wands. So I'm thinking he could be a Leo, Sag, or Aries. Oh, he's a Virgo. You're the Sag. Okay. All right. So I've got Sagittarius here. And you said he's a Virgo. He's trying to manifest you back. He's trying to manifest you back, but he's trying to get something sorted out in his own life first. It's like he needs to get something sorted out before he comes back. And I don't think if he's with someone that he will leave this person until he's sure you'll take him back. And I think he is with someone. But I don't think he's really serious about this person. I feel that she's I don't want to say a stopgap. That's what's coming across here, like he's just filled something in his life because he doesn't like to be alone. But he is making changes here. He is making changes here. Okay, let me just have a look. Oh, Wheel of Fortune, yeah, he's on his way. He's on his way to talk to you here. The universe has got him going here, and there's some sort of communication coming through for him. All right, Lisa, so you're going to hear from him shortly. I think he wants to come back. I think he's trying to find a way to get back into your good graces, but he needs to learn to be alone before he can come back to you. He can't do this stopgap thing and then turn things around. This is someone that needs to learn to be by themselves. And I feel like he's going to try and hop back again. So maybe you need to be aware of that. I'm not really sure you would want him back like that. Who am I to say? That's your decision. But I'm saying to you, just be careful, because it's not healthy if he's doing that, and it won't work out well if you've got that sort of energy around you, because you're going to be worried that he'll dip out again. But I feel like next 8 weeks, maybe 8 days, but there's going to be contact from him here to try and sort something out. I think he wants to try and, I don't know whether he's got an apology to make for you or whether he's just trying to even things out a little bit. There's something going on that he needs to either explain or apologize for. All right, I'll leave you with that. What does he want? He wants you back. He wants you back because he wants to sort something out that wasn't quite right. I think he's moved on and then realized how much he appreciated you. I think that's what the problem is. All right. I didn't miss. Oh, radio. You've sunk down. Okay. Sue Prescott. What do you know we need to know before going into 2021? Just excuse me a moment. I'm just checking my phone, not because I'm being rude. Okay. Sometimes people write to me on here. Okay, all right. I'll go and have a read of that later. I just wasn't sure if it was somebody. Sometimes people can't get up to write messages on the screen, and they will text me. So, okay, Sue, what should you know before going into 2021? Something to do with your work. Something very, very much to do with your work. What are you thinking here? Okay, I'm going to talk to you like Spirit is talking to me to talk to you. I'm just going to deliver the messages from Spirit here. Because what they're saying here is that you need to make sure that before you go into the next year, you're doing what you love to do. Don't be thinking how much money you've got or how much money you need or what bills need to be paid. This isn't a year for that. This is a year for deciding to follow your dreams, what you want to do, where you want to go. This is about yep, okay. You're on a bit of a path here. You're on a bit of a path. Now, I'm not sure if you're in a relationship at the moment, but I have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. That's a married couple for me. So it could be that you are already in a relationship here, but if you're not, this year is significant for this. What I see here is you following your dreams in regard to your work. So your work is really important. So Spirit is saying here, in order to get to this, you need to focus on yourself at the moment. This is very much about focusing on your own development, focusing on your own kitty, focusing on your own stability. But you need to be doing this from love. We're not doing this from, because the money's needed. This year is a following your heart year. And I feel like you've got something you're being gifted with here. Now, if you're already in a relationship, it could be that you are moving into a partnership with someone, which has something to do with your work. So very much this focus is on you. You need to be really aware that Spirit is watching over you, making sure you're doing what is right for you this year. Don't put yourself aside for others. You have to be the central focus of your life. I don't know what you do. Maybe you do that. I love that. You have to be the central focus. Don't deny your passion. What are you not doing? Because there's some feeling here that you're denying yourself something. Just go after your dreams. If you go after your dreams and you focus on yourself, then you'll bring in everything you want this year. The universe is saying if you do focus on yourself, then you will bring in what you want, what you desire. But you've got to be prepared to feed your own heart so that you know what you want is coming. Don't sit in any sort of lack mentality. Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful. What nice reading. Okay. Oh, Caitlin, I nearly lost you up the top. Thoughts on your creative side. Where is all this going? Ah, that makes sense, Lisa. Hi, Joanne. How you going? You just couldn't get it together. Okay. Hi, Ava. How are you? Yeah, I thought so. I hope so. I hope so. You're very welcome, Lisa. He does want you back, though. He does definitely wants you back. All right, let's have a look. Caitlin, where are we going? Really getting into your energy. Whoa, okay. All right, so you are... All right, I can talk to that. I can talk to that energy. Yeah, we can talk to this energy completely. I have a little story here for you, Caitlin. But I sort of feel like sometimes, when I speak to people, that people need a little bit of a rap on the knuckles, okay? So I'm going to show you what I have here, and I'm going to be really, absolutely 100% blunt about it. I know I'm always honest, but I'm going to show you what I've been shown here. The energy you have around you is, and I think I said this in a reading because I feel like I'm repeating myself somehow, is you're $100 bill, but you see yourself as a $5 bill. So you may come across as being a bit tough and a bit sort of worldly, but there's this real little girl inside of you that is sort of scared that they're not good enough or not big enough or not wild enough, whatever it is. And you're keeping yourself down to this $5 bill. And because of that, you go through this cycle of confident, feeling great about yourself, and you get yourself all pumped up, and then all of a sudden you're beating yourself down again. And it may be some sort of negative habit that it could be a survival mechanism from childhood, okay? It could be. But what I feel like here is you don't believe in yourself. There's this sort of energy of going into things full powered, really feeling good about it and really getting up and going, and then getting really deflated about it and feeling that you're not worthy. But you're not realizing it's the cycling that's stopping you moving forward, not actually the energy itself. Because look who you are. You have this love for everybody else, but you don't share it with yourself. And because of that, you feel always this little bit like you're a little bit missing. So that you feel like you're only part of the $100 bill. The universe is about to remove that mask because you keep going round in some sort of circle here and hurting yourself with the circle. And the universe is trying to show you your value. They're trying to show you your value, but you're still somehow feeling, look, there's all your ducks in a row. So it's coming. Whatever this is coming, okay? But you've got to believe in yourself first. So that tough side you show to the world is not as, it doesn't need to be tough. You just need to be lovable. So love yourself, because you need to be the $100 bill. The universe is going to show you something though, because they're removing some sort of mask you're wearing. And I feel like that mask is what's holding you back. I don't know whether you're scared of not getting it right. I know we have self-sabotage when we've had pretty tough childhoods. We get very much about self-sabotage and being really, really hard on ourselves. You're going to be shown something this year, Caitlin, that you're going to realise. All righty. It is going somewhere, all right? You just have to believe it's going somewhere. All right. Is Eli, is it? Now I've got to say your name here. Nithya. Okay, not that you can say it back to me because I can't hear you anyway, but let's just check that out. Ragindran. And I think it's Eli, but it could be Ellie. Okay. Okay, beautiful. You're welcome, Sue. Yep, something to do with a partnership then. If it's not a marriage, you've got a partnership coming in. You may get a chance to work for people. There you go, Ellie. Thanks. Sometimes I think it would be good if we could do a voice. Nithya. Okay, thank you. Nithya, let's have a look. Is Ellie still speaking, still thinking about you? Ellie. Oh, what can I say? I pulled that out of like the deck at random. What is this? All right, the Fool. And we have the Seven of Wands. You've never given up on this, have you? Okay, Knight of Wands. You've never given up on this. Beautiful. Okay, so see you, Janet. Have a great year. Happy New Year. All right, Nithya. You're very welcome. Okay. Yes, your person still thinks about you. I feel like perhaps you offered them love in the past and they didn't accept it. There is some sort of energy of not accepting something here, okay? And it could have been that you had a very strong physical attraction to each other. And I feel that whatever happened between you has always given you this either hope or this yearning for something more to come. I do feel somehow or another that you have a person who's always going to have love for you. I do. But I'm not really sure that they are meant to be with you. I do think that there's a really strong attraction between you both, but there is something here that's keeping you apart. There is something here. Like, I see you really, like fighting for this. You really wanted this, but something's standing between the two of you. So I feel like this energy of moving on, but always having this person with you in your heart or your soul. Something went down here because there was a very strong attraction between you. Very strong. But something went down between you here. I'm not sure if this person went off with someone else or chose to be with someone else. But what I see here is you always loving this person. But I think you will move on eventually. You'll find yourself moving on. I don't think you'll stop loving them. I just think you'll just resign yourself to the fact that you can't be together for whatever. I believe there is love between you, though, but I can't see anything happening at this time. I don't think your person can take this cup for some reason. This person is not able to take this cup. I don't know whether they moved on with someone else, but I feel like you will move on. I feel like you'll come to a point where you're able to let them go. Let's just have a quick look what's after that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I just thought I'd have a little peek. What would happen if you move on? There is a closing out, obviously, of that cycle then. So you'd be able to let it go. I feel like that you have someone else here in your future. I feel like the universe is sending you in someone here. Sometimes when we don't end up with the person that we would love to be with or the person we feel is the one, very often the universe sends someone in just to, especially if you've done the work and you've done what was necessary. I feel like you're getting someone new coming in, quite possibly in the next 12 months here, if you haven't already. Alrighty, let's leave that one. Teamwork, got me live, you did. Very good. All right, let me just have a look. All right. Very quiet little group. I guess we're the after Christmas group, so it's still going to be a little quiet for a while, isn't it? Whoop. This card has flipped out on me so many times today. Linda, should you accept the financial offer from your ex-husband? You're welcome, Nathia. I hope that helped you out a little bit. All right, Linda, should you accept the financial offer? It's not enough, is it? Good. It's not enough. Linda, it's not enough. Well, why are you settling? Why are you settling? You should fight for it. Because you'll get what you want. You've got the 9 of Cups here. So what is it he's doing? Because I feel like you are not feeling it is the right amount here. I feel here This is what I'm feeling, okay, for you. I feel like you put a lot of effort into this situation, this marriage, this relationship. I feel like you probably more than likely took a lot more than you should have done in the time you were together. For some unknown reason, some people think that then when they walk away from a relationship, they have the right to take everything, even when you've put in a lot of years doing the right thing by them. Now, some of us go, well, you know what? If it's that important to you, you take it. I don't care. I'm not materialistic. I know that I can build my own world back up again. And some of us just let it go. And then later on, you think it was a stupid thing to do, really, because I put a lot of years into that and I didn't get any reward for that. And they might have been a bit of a stinker too. But I feel like here you put a lot of energy into this relationship. You could have had children to this person. And I don't feel that you are being given what you rightly deserve here. Now, this is your choice, of course. It is your choice. But there's a really strong feeling that the universe is telling you to fight for what's rightfully yours, to stand your ground and take what's yours. Because at the end of the day, you have the wish card, which means I feel like he is not offering you what you should be getting. And with the wish card here, I would say to you, the universe is saying you don't have to be overly greedy. You do not have to ask for twice as much as you feel that you should have, but at least be taking what is rightfully yours. You put in the hard yards. You loved someone for a long time. Don't let this emotion stand in your way. Maybe you're like a lot of people where you just get to a point where you think, you know what, I just don't want to do this. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight for it. So I would say to you, should you accept the financial offer if that's what you think you deserve? If you don't think you deserve it or you think you deserve more, then don't take it. Because I think you're asking me because you don't think this is enough. So have a think about that. He's dodgy. Yeah, he's probably one of these people who's already got the money or already sitting somewhere else so he doesn't have to part with it. You know what? Like, this is what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, if these people are so horrible, then just let them go and just go on your way. You're going to make it up anyway. But if you want to have what you deserve, then fight for what you deserve. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I know somebody else who's going through something similar. Hey, Vania, how you going? He used you financially, lied, wants you to accept a financial offer. I don't know what's wrong with, and you know what, at the end of the day, I would like to tell you my story, but I feel that it's not even going to help you in any way, shape, or form. You can either turn your back on it and decide that the world has done you a huge favor by removing that person from your life, and that you possibly are going to make up everything that you ever had, if not more, anyway. But if you feel that he isn't treating you right, and he probably isn't, going on what the cards are saying, then you need to fight for what is rightfully yours. But that's your choice. All right, Vania, let's have a look at what's going on for you. Vania, Vania, Vania. Lovely Vania. All right. Work-wise. Ah, did you hear that? See, Joan's a lawyer. Go, Joan. Okay. Talk to a lawyer. It's free. Okay, Linda Jones says, if you're in California or a community property state, you cannot get divorced without seeing disclosures. So where are you, Linda? Let Joan know where you are. She might be able to give you a little bit of a leg up here. This is what I love about a community. Ah, so funny. All right, Vania. All right. Oh, you're in Australia. Yeah, go for it. Don't back down, Linda. I don't know why these people treat you that way. If they're all honest and doing the right thing, they would be all up front with it. People do divorces all the time where they talk about the split, they talk about things, even if they have got to the point where they hate each other's guts, they still talk to each other. Yeah, so you can't decide what to do when you don't know all the information. Don't make a decision, Linda, unless you've seen all the information. But just be aware, a lot of these people will siphon off funds so that you can't see them. But then the lawyers will ask for all of the information so they can see that. The new law of half the superannuation. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, I was lucky to get back even a few things from my ex after 14 years. Okay. But I don't care because I went, you know what? If you're that greedy and you're that mean and you're that nasty, have the lot. Take it all. I'll do fine without you. Okay, so you got it under control. All right, Vania, back to you. I'm so sorry, Vania. We got sidetracked there. I didn't forget you. Vania, I feel like you're very dissatisfied in your current situation. Okay. I feel like whatever you're doing at the moment is not satisfying you at all. I actually think you're quite bored with it. And I feel that you've got a little bit sort of defensive as well. So you don't really want to be where you are. I see you starting to think about moving in a new direction this year. There's this feeling that you want to do something different. I don't know what it is where you're going here, but you look to me like you're considering studying or training. I feel that whatever you're doing at the moment isn't financially great, and I think you're accepting perhaps lower funds than what you should be getting for what you're doing, because I actually think that you're putting a lot of energy into a job or a situation that's not really returning money to you. But I don't think it's about that. I think you're either working long hours or doing a lot of work for very little return. But I think that whatever way you look at it here, you need to start thinking about something for the long term. And this is where you're going this year. So the more you get into this, the more you will understand where spirit is coming from. Whatever you're doing has served its time. You've done all you can with what you're doing, and it's not satisfying you anymore. So I feel like you're going back to training, learning, or education this year. Yeah, definitely. I feel you want to sort of, I know this is a funny thing to say, but it's like you want to develop your brain. So it's like you're looking for something to do that challenges your mind. So you may be in a job that's quite either physical or in a job that doesn't afford you the opportunity to invest yourself. It's like you want to invest in something. So I see you really going for something this year where you can actually retrain. There's a possibility you may get into some sort of work and train on the job as well. But I don't think you can keep doing what you're doing. It's like you're bored or you're over it or you're dissatisfied. So Vania, I'd say start doing some research on what you feel like you want to do. I feel like you want to use your mind more. Alrighty. I don't think I'll take any more questions because we're really close to 1 o'clock. And last time we ended up with a few questions that took us over the end. How are you? Diane? Or Diana? D. McIntyre. I'm sure I've seen your name. I'm trying to think if it's Diana or Diane. All right. Well, we might pack up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, folks, so we can grow the channel. Much appreciated. So I want to say before I get off today how much I appreciate doing these things. And to you, Joan, too. I've missed having you around. It's Debbie McIntyre, right? Thanks, Deb. I want to say thank you so much for these little excursions I go on. these little lives. I enjoy them so much. I want to give a really, really big thank you to Caitlin, who helps me with all of these. Helps putting all the information up on the side there and watching the readings. She keeps check on who I've read and who I haven't read, and does timestamps and things too. So thank you so much, Caitlin. I want to say thank you so much for the support you've given me this year. I'm really excited about the new year. I feel so great about moving into new times. So hopefully, hello, Florida. Ah, Lisa, how are you? Um, so I want to wish every one of you, each and every one of you, a happy new year. And I hope, yes, please keep safe, everyone. Especially with this horrible virus going around, it feels like every time we get on top of it, it just sort of starts to weasel its way back out in some way, shape, or form. But I want to say thank you again. Thank you for all of your beautiful support, for your gifts, your generous donations, your coming on and joining me on these, all of the above. And I hope that 2021 brings you everything you've ever dreamed of. All right, take good care. Much love to you all. Mwah.